Hello guys, welcome back to my channel once again here on YouTube. Thank you for joining me today. Continue on from the Royal Rumble 2009 from January to February's No Way Out 2009. So this release, sorry, I'm going to adjust my camera again and keep doing that. Sorry guys. So this release was a Silver Vision one. We had Vladimir Kozlov on the front there. Believe it or not, that's his face, wrapped around, pressed against chain, sorry, let's get that right. I've always liked the logo for the No Way Out with the padlock and chain wrapped around it. I thought that was pretty smart, yeah. And it's a shame Kozlov didn't get a good push that he deserved. They did try, but a lot of people just weren't taken to him, a lot of fans. It's a shame, really. So there's the spine, 15 certificate. There's the disc, pretty much the same as the front. Fortunately, I don't have the pamphlet for the inside with the matches with this one, so I'll do everything from the back and then go through the matches and everything with you guys. So yeah, for the first time ever, both WWE and World Heavyweight Championships will be defended in the Elimination Chambers. WWE Champion Edge must survive a battle with Triple H, Undertaker, Vladimir Kozlov, Big Show and Jeff Hardy, while John Cena must defeat Chris Jericho, Kane, Rey Mysterio, Mike Knox and a surprising last minute entrant to keep the gold. An enraged Shane McMahon seeks retribution against Randy Orton in a no-holds-barred match. Jack Swagger defends his ECW Championship against Finlay, and Shawn Michaels risks his family's financial future in an all-or-nothing match with JBL. For the superstars of Raw, SmackDown and ECW, there is truly no way out. Sorry guys. So yeah, there's the participants there for the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber match. Shane and Randy Orton there, JBL and Shawn Michaels, and then the participants for the World Heavyweight Championship match. So yeah, this has a 3-hour run time. Got one of those cool holograms again for this one, which is pretty neat. There's the language options, guys, as well, if you wanted to know all that. So the pay-per-view kicked off with Edge versus Triple H versus Undertaker versus Jeff Hardy versus Big Show versus Vladimir Kozlov, the Elimination Chamber for the WWE Championship. It's still hard to believe that the chamber is allegedly covered in 2.5 miles of chain. I don't know whether this is exaggerated, but thinking about it all stretched out though, it could well be. There's a lot of it there, a lot of metal. It's a shame the WWE fans couldn't accept Kozlov. I have said this earlier when I was talking about the cover. I did find him interesting. We kicked things off with Hardy and Edge. Edge mocking the Big Show while Big Show was in the pod was quite funny stuff, I thought. The WWE Champion Edge was shockingly eliminated after a roll-up pin. A counter by Jeff after Edge tried a spear attempt on Jeff, and then he reversed it into a roll-up pin. Next in was Kozlov. He manhandled poor Jeff like a rag doll. Big Show was in next. He went straight after Jeff. Exciting to know that a new WWE champion will be crowned now. I forgot to say that, sorry guys, because Edge got pinned. He went in as champ. So these 5 that are left now, one of these are going to walk out the new WWE champ. So Kozlov joined Big Show in double teaming poor Jeff. Triple H entered next. Triple H seemed to take each opponent out that came at him to begin with. Then Taker was last to join the match. Taker was getting pummeled in the corner by Kozlov, you know, with those punches when you're on top of them on top of the turnbuckle kind of thing, like standing on the middle turnbuckle. And then Taker managed to deliver a last ride to Kozlov from this incident in the corner for the pinfall, eliminated Kozlov from the match. And I'm pretty sure that was Kozlov's first ever pinfall loss. I can't remember exactly though if that's accurate. I do apologise if that's not the case, guys, but I'm sure that was his first pinfall loss. Triple H pinned Big Show after Show received a suplex from one of the pods, followed by a pedigree from Triple H and then a swanton bomb by Jeff Hardy from a pod. Then Taker caught Jeff and delivered a tombstone to him, eliminating him from the match, leaving it Taker versus Triple H. After brawling back and forth for a while, Taker delivered a tombstone to Triple H, which he kicked out of the pin. And Taker kicked out of a pinfall attempt from Triple H after Triple H hit Taker with a pedigree. They had a bit more of a brawl for a little bit longer, then Triple H hit another pedigree for the win to pin the dead man to become the new WWE champion. Not a bad match, I don't think. It was okay. There was a backstage segment next with Edge and Vicky Guerrero having an argument about Edge losing his WWE championship. Then we went to Randy Orton versus Shane McMahon. The McMahons wanted revenge on Randy Orton because Randy Orton had attacked Vince, and they want to sabotage Orton's trip to WrestleMania 25 by bringing in Shane McMahon to take care of him. So the match started off pretty awesome, and McMahon delivered a nasty looking shot to Orton's skull with one of the announce team's monitors, busting him open in the process. Orton's legacy pals came out to assist Orton by attacking Shane. We had a few other good spots in the match. One of them, Shane with his coast to coast on Cody Rhodes. Always good to see Shane pull that off, I think. And Shane accidentally putting himself through the announce table while he tried to do that elbow drop kind of thing he does onto Randy Orton, but Orton moved out the way. So Randy Orton picked up the victory after catching Shane with an RKO out of nowhere. Not a bad match, I don't think, either. So yeah, so far so good for this pay-per-view. We had Jack Swagger versus Finlay next for the ECW championship. And these two worked very well together. Both used a lot of holds and a great match style of wrestling. It's good to see them trading moves back and forth. I like that. I always do. You guys that watch my videos previous, I always talk about like match style wrestling as much as I can. It's good to see that. We had Hornswoggle try to cause a distraction on the ring apron, but Swagger knocked Finlay into Swoggle, then caught Finlay straight after with a gut wrench powerbomb to pick up the victory to retain his ECW championship. It was JBL and Shawn Michaels next. This is a strange match stipulation with this one. So Shawn would gain financial freedom if he'd won, and if he'd lost he would remain under JBL's employ. This match felt very slow to me. Shawn's wife Rebecca watched on from the crowd. Shawn picked up the victory after hitting JBL with Sweet Chin Music. That was the end of that feud. Well, is it? We have to wait and see when we tune into WrestleMania, or Raw that would have been the night after this. And John Cena was in the next match with Mike Knox, Kane, Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio, and Kofi Kingston for the World Heavyweight Championship. Sorry guys, I'm reading it as fast but also taking it all in because of all these championship names. I'm getting them all confused. So sorry about that. So yeah, that one is the World Heavyweight Championship match now that I've just mentioned. So during the entrances, while Kofi made his way down to the ring, Edge attacked him and stole his pod and managed to lock himself inside, trap himself inside, and the officials and Rey Mysterio tried to get him out, but no, he'd now been a member of the match, replacing Kofi Kingston. It's a shame really, it would have been good to see Kofi in that. The match started with Mysterio and Jericho. Kane joined in next. He has had his eyes on Edge. Kane dominated the match briefly. Mysterio hit Kane with a West Coast pop from the top rope. From the top of the pod, or a pod, to eliminate the Big Red Machine from the match. That was quite shocking. Mike Knox came in next. Nothing against Mike Knox. I don't understand why he's in the world title picture here. He wasn't really that big a star, I don't think, personally. Just my opinion though, guys. Anyway, he went straight for Rey Mysterio. Jericho hit a code breaker on Knox to remove him from the match. Edge's turn in now. I think he was last in. Ray went straight for Edge, trying to exact some revenge for his friend Kofi, who Edge attacked earlier before the match and stole his pod. Cena was the last man in, completely destroyed Edge and Jericho upon entering. A codebreaker, 619 and a spear was enough for Edge to cover Cena, shockingly, another shock elimination, taking him out of the match. Mysterio reversed the walls of Jericho to eliminate Jericho from the match. Edge missed a spear on Ray, and a few minutes later Edge hit Ray with another spear to become World Heavyweight Champ. What a match, what a strange night for Edge. I mean, he started the pay-per-view as WWE Champion, and then he ended the night as World Heavyweight Champion. Before I give my score, we'll just take a quick look at the special features or extras or whatever you want to call them. So we've got Todd Grisham interviews the winner of the Elimination Chamber match for the World Heavyweight Championship, Edge. Sorry guys. Raw, February 16th, 2009, unsanctioned match between Shane McMahon and Randy Orton. That's a pretty cool little bonus as well. So yeah, nice. So all in all then, guys, this one scored a whopping 6.5% from me. It wasn't too bad, I don't think, and it sets up everything in place now for my next review, WrestleMania 25th anniversary, which I'm looking forward to watching again. Yeah, so and I'll be doing that one in depth, and I will cover the Hall of Fame ceremony properly with any opinions I have on inductees or whatever I thought about it with that as well when I do that review. And then we'll be carrying on obviously with the one after that, Backlash and Judgment Day, and then so on all the way to the end of 2009, and see how we do with my reviews and everything. Well, thank you very much for joining me today, guys. It's always a pleasure reviewing these, as I've said to you many a times. Please subscribe and like if you haven't done so already. Comment, feel free if you want to chat about anything about this, anything wrestling, don't mind. Drop a conversation below, guys. And thank you very much for joining me once again today. Much appreciated. Peace.